Happening today in Washington, the House Homeland Security Committee is holding a hearing on border security. But this hearing is focused on the northern border with Canada. Republicans in the House say there are large sectors there that are understaffed and underpatrolled, leaving it insecure. I'm joined now by Mississippi Republican Congressman Michael Guest, who sits on the House Homeland Security Committee. Congressman, good morning to you, sir, and I appreciate your time.
Good morning.
You know, I think when most Americans hear border security, they immediately think of the southern border. Why should we be focused on the northern border right now?
Well, first, you're exactly right. When you talk about border security, 99% of Americans are going to think about the southern border. Look, we've seen the incredible job that President Trump has done in his first 18 months in office. The southern border, as secure as it has been in our lifetime, number of encounters have dropped dramatically. We've begun to stop the flow of illegal narcotics from coming into the southern border. But what we've seen, particularly in these transnational criminal organizations, that they are now attempting to use the southern border as an entry point to bring illegal narcotics, particularly fentanyl, into the United States. Now, look, border encounters along the northern border are down just as they were along the southern border. If you look at numbers now compared to 2 years ago, based on number of encounters at the northern border, they are down 77%. Yeah. So we have seen a decrease of encounters, but we have seen an increase of narcotic seizures. So it's important that while we remain focused on the southern border, that we don't forget about the 4,000-plus mile northern border that we have with the United States and Canada.
Yeah, and let me just crunch those numbers a bit further. Since October, the number of apprehensions at the northern border has averaged less than 530 per month, less than a tenth of the 7,700 per month that we're still seeing at the southern border. Just in regards to how big of a problem this is, how would you characterize 530 a month, sir?
Again, in the big picture, the number of encounters, the numbers of alone are statistics that we should be proud of. What we have to do is we also have to dive into those statistics to look at the individuals that are within those statistics. And what we see is we see a larger percentage of individuals who are watch listed or apprehended coming into the country through the northern border. And so we see that many of the individuals apprehended at the northern border are not from our hemisphere. Many are from adversarial nations, China, North Korea, Iran, countries that do not share the same values that we do in America. And so that is why it is important that we remain focused, again, on what is happening also on the northern border, because it presents a different set of challenges to our Border Patrol. Again, a much larger area to patrol. We don't have the barriers. And we have been having it at times to pull staff from the northern border to do interior enforcement. So it's important that we return staff to the border so that we can adequately secure our northern border.
Yeah, you're talking about, dense forests, mountain ranges. We got the Great Lakes up here, brutal winter weather as well to contend with. But let's talk about money for a second, because the Secure America Act just passed in June and fully funded ICE and CBP through fiscal year of 2029. $70 billion. Shouldn't that money solve this?
Yeah, and look, if you look at money in reconciliation 1.0, reconciliation 2.0, Congress, the Republican-controlled Congress, is allocating funds to deal with some of the staffing shortages that we've seen. But what it does is it takes time to hire and train new agents and be able to put them there in the job. And look, the agents that are on the job now have done an incredible job. They've lowered the number of apprehensions. They've increased the number of seizures. But we are investing in additional personnel, and we're also investing in additional technology, things such as surveillance towers, which serve as a force multiplier, the use of unmanned aerial systems, the use of aircraft such as helicopter to protect the border, and then continuing to strengthen our partnership with the Canadian officials who serve on the other side. And so, look, I don't want people to believe that the northern border presents at this point any type of real security threat. Okay. But we must remain focused on the northern border as well.
Well, we'll be watching this hearing today. I know you've got a packed schedule ahead. So, Congressman Michael Guest, I thank you for your time and giving us a few minutes of your morning, sir.